ton of personal training, one-on-one group training, speed, agility. You've had the experiences of coaching at different levels in Europe as well here. What does your resume look like from that perspective?
Right. Yeah. So that gives more of the long story. You know, we get the short and long story early as me as a player. So me, every single spot I've been at, I've also done coaching.
Okay.
So in Spain, we set up school programs. Once I got there to the time we left, we had over a couple hundred kids involved in it.
Wow.
And really, you know, because of the base level of how the club was set up, that was the funding for the club. So we had to work our butts off.
Okay.
You know, we had to make sure we got them to schools. The kids had a good time, and that they were learning. And so that, and plus it was all in Spanish. Yeah. So, you know, you have to learn the language really, really quick.
Real quick.
really
Exactly.
quick. And then once I got to Denmark, you know, my passion for training the individuals kind of overflowed in the physical realm, and I just got out there and started training kids. And the academy that my club was associated with, they were just like, hey, we have a great opportunity here. You're not just playing here. Let's give you this other piece of work. We think you can really help us out in our different sports. So I've done the physical training for basketball, soccer, badminton, European handball, swimming, rowing. So I've done a lot of physical training with that. And the entire time I was in Denmark, I was also the head of the elite skill program for whatever kind of club I was with. So for when I was in Haderslev, the first club I was at, that consisted of U11 up through U18.
Okay.
So for elite level skill development, put programs in place and did individual workouts, that type of thing.
You also have your FIBA.
FIBA
certification.
I'm trying to go chronologically.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting there. But yeah, I do have my FIBA license and my Team USA license. But we'll step on that or get to that in a quick second. But yeah, as I was after I got done in Haderslev, then I moved on. I actually coached a semi-professional women's team in the top league in Denmark. And again, I would do the individual sessions plus all the team sessions as well. Moved on to another couple of clubs in Copenhagen. This last year that I was in Copenhagen, I was actually a consultant for a team called Falcon Basketball Club, where I actually taught the coaches how to coach, help them set up season plans, help them set goals for the year. A lot of things that a lot of coaches can necessarily overlook at the youth levels. It's like, hey, we're here. How far can we actually get in the time allotted? What are we going to focus our time on? And throughout the last year or so as well, I've completed the FIBA Youth certification. That has allowed me to, you have so much experience. What those type of things do is they kind of give just a few simpler cues, a few simpler things that really just give you those small pieces of information that can make a world of a difference for a kid's understanding. And same thing with the Team USA thing. You have this mind in your mind, this progression. If I have this athlete here and I want to get him here, what do I have to go through? And they just kind of give you other pieces to kind of plug in, and you can kind of see it as a little bit more of a whole.
Okay, you can connect that bridge from beginning to end.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, based off of your experience to this point, what is it that you feel that you're able to contribute to our players at Evolution? Obviously, you joined us for a reason. You wanted to be a part and help out, but what is it that you kind of feel like you can put your stamp on when it comes to Evolution?
The two biggest things would probably be both the technical skill and the mental side of things as well. Well, actually, three. Can I say the physical stuff as well? I mean, there's those three things. I mean, really, the mental things, they interweave between both the technical skill and the actual physical conditioning and strength and speed and things like that. There's a lot of mental things that you can work on. And so with the skills, just teaching players how to set goals, how to get from point A to point B, and really understanding the mentality that you have to have in order to accomplish those goals. I draw a lot of great inspiration from Pete Moore. He's one of the best trainers, I believe, in the United States, that works with numerous All-Americans. Has been that trainer Brianna Stewart for such a long time, who I had the pleasure of meeting.
She's kind of a good player.
She's kind of a good player. So to be able to just been able to consistently put myself in that environment to learn from him, and to see how he gets his players to other levels, and then just combining that with the experiences and the different cultural experiences that I've had as well, because you kind of have to approach things differently depending on what the culture is expecting from them.
Yes.
Danish culture is much different from Spanish culture, which is much different from American culture.
Yeah.
And so you just really got to learn how to read the individual person. Be like, hey, these are the things that they need to get to the next piece.
Well, I'm sure in one setting or one environment, you could be trying to give a compliment, but based off of the culture, it could be an offensive thing, you know. So
and not just that, but your presentation of certain things can be viewed much differently. So a way I can approach a kid here and how I see them has to be much different than I do over there. And that's just understanding people are different, cultures are different, and you know we can all be different fish in the same sea. We're all going to have our different beliefs and the different way we do things and the different ways we think. But if you have a goal and you want to get to a certain point, hey, everyone's road's going to be a little bit different. Everyone's story's going to be different.
Yeah. And before we wrap up, what I wanted to ask you was, what have you learned since being a part of Evolution that you think may be important for those in our community to know about us that they just may not have known?
Say that one more time.
So based off your experience with Evolution, is there anything that you've learned that you feel is important to share with the community that maybe you knew coming in, or maybe you learned somewhere during the process of being with us?
That there is a commitment within the organization of trying to achieve great things.
Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah. Plain and simply. I mean, there is a verbal stated mission of this is what we want to be able to do. Get athletes to the highest level possible because they want to be there. And understanding that, hey, we are going to continually help each other to reach that. You know, this was a first-year program this year. We accomplished a lot of great things. Did we make some mistakes along the way? Well, not even mistakes, but did we face some challenges this year? Yes, we did. But that is how you get better. You have to be able to self-reflect and say, hey, we did this, and this well. Hey, we can improve here and here, and then each year make it better and better.
Yeah. And so you'll be taking your trip to Europe coming soon.
So I'll be leaving the second week of September.
And you will also, you're kind of in the works of still trying to take care of your clients while being across seas. And I know that's still kind of a work in progress. So even for the people, your clients that you work with here, you're still going to be able to complete your job. You're still going to be able to stay in touch. Would you like to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah,
or?
It's like you said, it's a growing process, and I'm learning by the day on how to do it. I currently have athletes that I still work with that are over in Denmark. And it's a process of making things simpler both for me and the athlete as well, to make sure we can just streamline things and make things as efficient as possible and really as smooth as possible for all parties involved. I feel that's a great piece, because if you're both on the same page of wanting to accomplish that same vision, and you know each other so well and you form such a relationship, I think that ability to continue to grow knowing each other, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah. And stay tuned to WisconsinEvolution.com. As Erick does go across seas, we're going to make it so that you guys can get in touch with him if you want to continue to work with him. He's worked with a handful of our players already and done a fantastic job. He is a valued possession within our organization. So, Erick, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Jason.
Appreciate it. All right.